Please be seated. On behalf of the faculty, I welcome you to the law school commencement exercises. We are very proud of the class of 2012 and happy to be here to celebrate this marvelous occasion. As we celebrate you, we know that you have not arrived here today without the loving support and sacrifice of those who are sharing this day with you. Let us recognize all these mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, spouses, partners, and others with a round of applause. Note that I mentioned mothers first. I hope that yesterday your gratitude was deep and abundantly expressed. Sitting beside me are my colleagues on the law school faculty. They made sure that you were working hard and mastered the discipline of law, but more, they gave you insights into and a passion for the operation of justice in our society. Please give them a round of applause. There are few occasions in life when we can pause to remember the past, savor the moment, and take the pulse of the future. This is one. You have worked hard to deserve this day. Occasions like this are separated from the routine of everyday life. We swelter in our robes for a purpose. We engage in a ritual rooted in the Middle Ages. Thereby, we are connected to our universities in their great social role of enlightening public life and advancing learning, and in their personalized function of enriching our individual lives. Our time here allows us to grow, permitting us a fuller capacity to live fully considered lives. So please remember the conversations to which you have been introduced over the past 3 years. Remember this law school as a place of broad and generous friendships. Remember the years as a time giving you a better understanding of the possibilities of your life. We will certainly remember you with great fondness. Now let me thank the student marshals, Adam Reinke and Sarah Turing, and commencement marshal Ethan Rosenzweig for their great work today. And now I have the honor of asking our Alumni Association President, Della Wager-Wells, to take the podium. Della is a graduate of Emory Law School and president of the Emory Law Alumni Board. She is a partner at Alston & Bird in Atlanta, where she focuses her practice on energy finance for public gas and public power. As you enter our alumni community, I can think of no one better to represent you as the face of Emory Law than Della. Please join me in welcoming Della.
Good morning. I remember this day so well. Time is a paradoxical thing, both precise and fixed and recurring and malleable. It's tricky like that. When I look out at all of you today, Emory Law School's class of 2012, and think how hard you've worked to get to this place, how hard you've planned. You could be my class of 1986, or one 20 years earlier, or 20 years later. Your gowns and hoods are covering any current styles, and you've got all your eye things silenced and in your pockets, so we can't see those. What we see today is evidence of your common experience over the past 3 years. We see you've earned, and in moments you'll receive Juris Doctor degrees. It's an experience I share with you. Like you, I worked very hard to get to law school, and I worked very hard in law school to get where you are today. Maybe you also share the feeling that law school seemed all at once like you would never finish, and that it was over in about 5 minutes. I think you'll find that the next 25 years or so are about like that also. Law, like most precise disciplines, is an evolving body. You're just beginning the best part of your law school education. That may come as unwelcome news to those of you who have traveled so far, some of you across the country, some of you down from up east, some of you maybe just across town. But you've come to see this miracle, to witness the miracle at the completion of your student's education. But a lawyer's education is never complete. A word to you parents and families who have so come, this really is wonderful. And I don't mean in any way to detract from the joy of the moment with this promise of lifelong learning. These graduates, of whom you are so justifiably proud, will cross this stage today and receive a law school diploma. And that's a tremendous accomplishment. I'm just saying that the process of becoming a lawyer is a career-long evolution, and your education will continue daily. The most useful tools from your time at Emory Law School are your trained thought processes, your habits of inquiry, your research skills. The law evolves. New statutes are passed, courts reinterpret old ones. It's your knowledge of process, your intellectual discipline, your rigor, your critical thinking, your research, your writing, and your advocacy skills that will support you as you refine your learning and advance your craft. As I'm already standing up here and we're all kind of like dressed to graduate, I'm going to presume to offer some advice. Take an open mind, curiosity, interest, and creativity with you wherever you go. If you're faced with something new, something unfamiliar, embrace it. Use your skills to figure it out. Convey your interest in the problem that has been presented to the partner or the senior associate or the executive or the client who has given you the privilege of considering her question, and take on the problem as your own. I had the joy over the weekend of watching my son graduate from college, and I'd like to share a comment of James A. Baker III, who was the baccalaureate speaker. Mr. Baker is a senior partner in the Houston office of Baker Botts, and was the Undersecretary of Commerce to President Gerald Ford, Secretary of the Treasury to President Ronald Reagan, and White House Chief of Staff to both President Reagan and President Bush. I give you that quick sketch as a reminder to say that this man has achieved measurable success as a lawyer, a success that required precision and mastery of both the breadth and complexity of the law. What Mr. Baker emphasized as a goal, though, was simplicity without being simplistic. The practice of so completely understanding and integrating ideas that you can communicate them in a way that is sensible, accessible, and useful. Mr. Baker also shared 5 simple, not simplistic, words his lawyer father had shared with him as a young man. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Approach your opportunities with clarity, curiosity, commitment, and prior preparation. Understand and communicate your findings simply, but not simplistically, so that they're useful and accessible to the partner, the senior associate, the executive, or the client who asked you to consider the issue. You will reward yourself with mastery of the subject and the quick reliance of your clients and colleagues. Both of those are really good things. As you cross the stage and join all of us who have gone before you as Emory Law alums today, you're not leaving Emory Law School behind. I'm proud today to announce that the Young Alumni Steering Committee has nominated Molly Parmer and Dan Englander as the Class of 2012 representatives to the Young Alumni Steering Committee. Welcome, Molly and Dan. Welcome to all of you. You're joining us as colleagues, alumni, and peers. We're here to help. Call us. Take advantage of the mentorship programs. Join the Young Alumni Group or the local alumni group wherever you go. You'll find an invitation to the next Young Alumni event on June 13th at the Sweetwater Brewing Company in the envelope you'll receive later today. Participate in Emory events and reunions. Start contributing financially as soon as you can.
That wasn't a laugh.
There wasn't a lot. Well, and actually, we prayed a lot for donors over the weekend, I noticed, at the place where we were. Participate in Emory events, and everything we do contributes to the success of the law school, and that advances the value of all of our degrees. Congratulations, Emory Law School, Class of 2012, and welcome to your new status as Emory Law School alumni.
Thank you, Della. Now I ask Mark Gross and Emily Snyder from the third year class gift committee to come up to make a special presentation.
Parents, friends, faculty, staff, and my fellow classmates, welcome and congratulations. My name is Mark Rose, and the lovely lady next to me is Emily Snyder, and we are the co-chairs of the 3L Class Gift Committee. The 3L Class Gift is an annual tradition where the graduating class is asked to give back. Giving back to Emory programs that serve the public interest is a vital function, and we as newly minted lawyers take this seriously. The act of giving invests you in the future of Emory, and I was proud to have been asked to co-chair this committee. In all my years, and I am speaking as one of the elders of the class, I have found no better way to strengthen a community than to give back. This year, the class raised money to donate to projects such as the Emory Loan Repayment Assistance Program, which provides financial assistance to graduates working in the public sector. We also supported the Emory Clinics, one of which is the Barton Clinic, which provides representation to kids in juvenile courts here in Georgia. At this time, I ask all the members of the 3L Class Gift Committee to rise so that you may be recognized. These students helped Emily and I organize the 3L Class Gift events, from our spaghetti dinner fundraiser to all of our disorientation events. It was their hard work that enabled us to raise this money that we are presenting today. Now, the faculty has always supported the class gift, but I think this year they truly outdid themselves. Professor Freer participated in a tap dance contest against one of our classmates. It was a valiant effort. Many of our professors, including our new dean, even learned how to play flip cup for a student challenge. Professor Vandal offered to get rid of his best friend, his mustache. But Dean Adier probably made the biggest promise. He told us that if we raised $100,000, he would shave his head at graduation on the stage. Now I have the clippers with me. And donations are still being taken. They tell me there are about 1,000 people here today. That means I only need $60 from each of you to make this happen. Also, if there are any faculty that recently came into a large fortune by selling a company, Professor Carney, feel free to match our current total. That would be very helpful to the cause. Think about it. It's a good cause, tax write-off. One of our tax professors will even help you with all the paperwork. Any takers? All right. Dean Adier, your hair is safe for another year. But I hope you'll wear this bald cap for us for photos at the end of the ceremony. Without further ado, it is my pleasure and Emily's pleasure to present Emory Law School with the 3L Class Gift in the amount of $40,620.
All right, well, thank you, Emily and Mark. It's really a wonderful gift, and this generosity is a signal that the future of Emory Law is assured. Any more takers for the 100,000? All right, I guess Adier is safe for now. Well, thank you so much, all of you, for your great generosity. Now, I've mentioned the excellence and dedication of my colleagues on the faculty. Each year at graduation, this university presents its highest prizes for excellence in teaching, the Emory Williams Teaching Awards. These were originally established in 1972 by Mr. Emory Williams, an emeritus trustee and distinguished graduate of Emory College, class of 1932. The prizes recognize faculty members who foster participation, inquiry, and creative expression in the classroom. They provide a model for teaching and scholarship and serve as a friend and counselor to students. The awards for the professional schools, particularly, are designed to recognize a person who conveys in the classroom and exemplifies in life and service the very highest standards of the profession. Previous award recipients have been Professors Ferguson, Dornberg, Alexander, Freer, Whitty, Abrams, Biederman, Busby, Shapiro, Shaner, and Professor Dorothy Brown. The award is selected by a committee of recent recipients, and this year's award goes to Professor James Elliott. I don't know if you can see that Professor Elliott had some knee issues, and it's not that easy for him to get around, but one thing he was not going to do was to miss this opportunity to be with you. And I have to say, Professor Elliott richly deserves this award. Jim does, in fact, represent all that is best in our profession. After graduating from Emory College and Emory Law School, Jim practiced law in Atlanta with the firm of Alston and Bird for 28 years. He then returned to the faculty of his alma mater, where he teaches banking law, real estate finance, and legal profession. Jim also has been a mainstay of our transactional law program. Jim is a past president of the State Bar of Georgia and has served on several Supreme Court commissions dealing with professionalism and lawyer discipline. He is a co-founder of Georgia Legal Services Program and is a fellow of the American College of Real Estate Lawyers, as well as the American and Georgia Bar Foundations. Jim is an extraordinary teacher who embodies our commitment to an education that integrates theory and practice while promoting the highest ideals of the profession. Congratulations, Jim. Well, now the graduating class makes selections for various awards, and I call on our new Student Bar Association President, Kason Wynn, class of 2013, to come to the podium to present these awards. Kason.
Good morning. My name is Kason Wen, and I'm a rising third-year student. I'm also the incoming Student Bar Association president, and I'd like to just take a quick second to thank this past year's president, Justin Barton, for all of his hard work. Justin, it's been a tremendous pleasure working with you, and I look forward to, and I'm honored to follow in your footsteps. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Emory Law student body, it is my honor to welcome you to Commencement 2012. To the class of 2012, congratulations, you made it. In all seriousness though, don't take what you've completed lightly. Your 3, or in some joint degree students' cases 4 years, have tested your intellect, your work ethic, and pushed you to reach your potential. There's no doubt that you should be very proud of what you've accomplished. And family and friends, you deserve some credit too, because you are what helps make this all possible through supporting your law student emotionally and, yes, in many cases, financially as well. We salute you for this. Now, I want to take this time to talk a little bit about the class of 2012. We only need one word to describe this class: unforgettable. Unforgettable for their intellect, unforgettable for their commitment to service, and most importantly, unforgettable for their dedication to making Emory Law a better place. Now, they showed us what it truly means to be a third-year student. Yes, they're smarter than the 2Ls, and especially the 1Ls. Yes, they're more experienced in the 2Ls and the 1Ls combined, but there's more to it than that. They've shown me that what it means to be a third-year student is simply this: inspire those around you. And the class of 2012 has no trouble doing that. Through their involvement with journals, moot court, mock trial, student organizations, through daily interaction, through mentorship, and through words of wisdom, they've set the bar high. But most importantly, they've challenged us to follow their lead. Now, I believe I speak for my class when I say this: it has been an honor, no, a privilege to have spent the first 2 years of our legal experience with you. So in a word, thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for all that you do. And thank you for all that you will do as successful alums and champions of our fine institution. I can't wait to see what you do next. I know that it will also be unforgettable. Thank you. I now have the pleasure of presenting 3 different awards today. The first is the Miss Gloria Jean Fowler Angel Award. The second is the award for Most Outstanding Third-Year Student. And the third is the award for Most Outstanding Professor. The recipients of each of these awards were chosen by a vote of this year's graduating class. Starting with the Miss Jean Award. This award was named for Gloria Jean Fowler and it honors the student who most exemplifies the qualities of Miss Jean. Now, Miss Jean was a member of the Emory Law School family who left an incredible spirit of caring before she passed in 1997. Miss Jean spent 42 years at Emory as an Emory employee, and the last 9 of those, she acted as the snack bar manager at the law school. Miss Jean left a legacy of compassion, spirit, and strength of character. This award is given each year to a 3L, a third-year student who exemplifies and embodies Miss Jean's legacy. This year, it is my pleasure to present the Miss Jean Angel Award to Oscar de Armas. Next is the award for Most Outstanding Third-Year Student. Each year, this award is given to a law student who has been an overall outstanding leader, achiever, and contributor to the law school community. Today, in just a little while, you will have the pleasure of hearing her speak and experience firsthand what makes her so outstanding. But first, let me tell you a little bit more about her. Her friends and other students have this to say about her. She is a great friend. Actually, she is great at everything. She is humble, thoughtful, and all-knowing. Brilliant doesn't even begin to describe her success as a Tiger student and as a leader in mock trial. She loves the San Francisco Giants, loves them. She is Emory Law's resident mock trial champion. She is exceptionally well-spoken and engaging, and our mock trial team has risen to new heights because of her leadership. She seems to succeed at everything she tries. She even throws a football with a perfect spiral. What makes her truly extraordinary is her genuine, unwavering kindness, her sense of humor, and her steady friendship that she shared with so many of us. She is brilliant, thoughtful, kind, caring, and hilarious. She is a great storyteller, and she actually does seem to be good at everything that she does. The truly outstanding thing about her is that she makes it look easy. Even as she takes on more and more responsibilities, she always has a smile on her face, a great story to tell, and time to share with her friends. I've never met anyone like her. She is the full package: smart, thoughtful, funny, kind, and capable. She does so much around the school, all in a nonchalant and composed manner. She is amazing. And finally, she is one of those people who is wildly successful, but you would never know it from her. She is humble and fun-loving and makes a mean brownie. Most of all, she has been a fabulous friend to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the award for Most Outstanding Third-Year Student to Natalie Dana.
Thank you, Kasim, for that wonderful introduction, that high-pressure introduction, but a wonderful introduction. Before I begin, I just have to do something. Truly the best view in the house, obviously. Honored guests, deans, faculty, administration, family, friends, and my fellow classmates. I feel tremendously honored to have been chosen as your graduation speaker today. I'm especially grateful that Dean Shapiro will be speaking in the absence of Professor Whitty so that you're not stuck just with me. But truly, thank you. Being able to speak to my fellow classmates today is a very special moment for me. And as you can imagine, it's also a very special moment for my parents. When I found out that I had been chosen to be the graduation speaker, I decided not to tell my parents. I wanted it to be a surprise on graduation day. And on that note, I should probably apologize to whoever is sitting next to my father. Just hand him a tissue, he'll be fine. But the reason I wanted it to be a surprise for my parents is because I thought it would be the perfect way to thank them. To thank them for helping me become the person that I am today, and for supporting me throughout my entire life, but throughout these last 3 years especially. They have been the ones who challenged me to test boundaries and encouraged me to aim above what I thought I could do. Without pushing me in any single direction, they helped me find my direction. And just as I'm surprising my parents today, I found that often life has taken me in directions that I never expected. But I've always managed to find my way back to my path, or for that matter, to a new path that was even better. And the truth is that we're all in the same boat. Whether it's our parents, friends, relatives, significant others, teachers, mentors, we've all been uniquely shaped by the people around us. I look towards the audience right now, and honestly, I don't see attorneys. Of course, we all are attorneys now, God help us. But that's not what I see. What I see are the amazing individuals that I met our 1L year when I first arrived at Emory. I see individuals who 1L year made the Granger Hansel room in the library their home. I see individuals who, to this day, still don't really know where the Granger Hansel room is. I see individuals, because of their passion for animal rights, cared more about the fox in Pearson v. Post than the creation of property rights. I see individuals who spent hours writing elaborate hypos involving 50 of their fellow classmates just to get them to smile during a stressful time. And I see individuals who found out 1L year that love is indeed a tort. What I do not see are GPAs, resumes, class rankings, percentiles, moot court, mock trial, or journal. Of course, our accomplishments are wonderful, and they do say a lot, but our character, that says more. It's our integrity, our passion, and our individualism that sets our path, not some interviewer with a notepad, nor a teacher who gives us a bad grade. Sometimes I feel that it's all too easy to become anonymous in law school. We become just another student, just another grade, or just another interviewee. But that's not who we are. We may be lawyers by training, but we're individuals at heart. Because the truth is, by virtue of the fact that we're all here today, it means that we've been, well, perhaps cursed with an unrelenting need to inspire change and to serve others. Those dreams may have been overshadowed these last 3 years by academics or stress, but they have not disappeared. At some point today, I encourage you to turn to your parents, your siblings, your spouses, whoever you brought here today, and whoever you believe has shaped you. And let them remind you of who you are, where you've been, and where you're destined to go. And then, you should go there. Follow your path. Of course, that's easier said than done, but Rome wasn't built in a day, and we have faith and perseverance on our side. Some of us may not have found our path just yet, but all you have to do is look back at 1L year and think about how far we've come and know that your path is just around the corner. Just because you cannot see it does not mean it's not there. I came to law school in large part because of my great-grandmother, who throughout my childhood regaled me with stories about my great-grandfather, a well-known litigator in San Francisco. But he didn't start his career the same way he ended it. He began as a district attorney, but quickly found that it wasn't for him, and so he moved into tort law. He changed his path. He found his passion. Because of my great-grandfather, I went through life knowing that it's never too late to change, and it's never too late to find my path. So wherever you find your path, whether in litigation or transactional work or not practicing law at all, do it well and do it as you. Have courage, be generous with your talents, remember all that we've taught each other these last 3 years, and be that individual that I met one year and that you've now spent your entire life cultivating. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles. Congratulations, class of 2012.
It is my great honor to introduce this year's award for Most Outstanding Professor. This award is given each year to a faculty member who has been an outstanding teacher, advisor, and contributor to the students' quality of life and education at Emory Law. This year's outstanding professor is Professor John Whitty, Jr. Now, Professor Whitty was not able to attend today's ceremony as he is overseas delivering a long-standing lecture series that he was unable to reschedule. He sends his sincerest apology, deepest gratitude, and warmest congratulations to the class of 2012. Accepting the award today on his behalf is Professor Frank Alexander. Professor Whitty is the Jonas Robicher Professor of Law, the Alonzo L. McDonald Distinguished Professor, and Director of the Center for Study of Law and Religion. He is a specialist in legal history, marriage law, religious liberty, and he's published over 200 articles, 13 journal symposia, and 26 books. His writings have appeared in 12 languages, and has lectured and convened conferences throughout North America, Western and Eastern Europe, Japan, Israel, Hong Kong, Australia, and South Africa. With major funding from the Pew, Ford, Lilly, Luce, and McDonald Foundations, he has directed 12 major international projects on democracy, human rights, religious liberty, marriage, family, and children. These projects have collectively yielded more than 160 new volumes, 250 public forums around the world, and he edits 2 major book series, The Studies in Law and Religion, and Religion, Marriage, and Family. He has been selected 10 times by Emory Law students as the most outstanding professor and has won dozens of other awards for teaching and research. And finally, what's possibly most fascinating about him is that in the time that I spent introducing Professor Whitty, he's already written another book. His students have this to say about Professor Whitty. He is a one-of-a-kind professor. He speaks in eloquent paragraphs that are as enlightening as they are enjoyable. I think most students could listen to him lecture for hours. He truly cares about students and their well-being, and each year he asks to teach classes in the biggest rooms possible so that all students who are interested may attend. But they don't feel like huge lectures. He masterfully facilitates conversation in his classes, and within the first couple weeks, he knows every student's name. It has truly been a pleasure to be able to take classes with him. And his colleagues have this to say about Professor Whitty. At Emory Law, we pride ourselves on the fact that we have outstanding scholars who are also outstanding and committed teachers. He is the perfect embodiment of that principle. When they made him, they broke the mold. Collectively as teacher, scholar, mentor, colleague, and friend, he truly knows no comparison. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Professor Whitty for this outstanding achievement. Speaking in Professor Whitty's absence today will be Dean Robert Shapiro. Dean Shapiro received his bachelor's degree, summa cum laude, from Yale College, his master's degree in history from Stanford, and he earned his Juris Doctorate from Yale Law School, where he was editor-in-chief of the Yale Law Journal. After law school, he clerked for Judge Laval, then of the U.S. District Court, and for Justice John Paul Stevens of the Supreme Court of the United States. He then joined Sidley and Austin in Washington, D.C., where he practiced general and appellate litigation. At Emory Law, he is the Asa Griggs Candler Professor of Law. And did I mention that he's also our Dean? Please welcome back to the podium, Dean Robert Shapiro.
Well, thank you, Kaysen. This really is John Whitty's honor, and it was wonderful for you to hear about all of John's accomplishments. He's very sorry he couldn't be here, but I have to say it's a great honor for me to be an understudy for John Whitty, and it's a great pleasure to be able to speak to you today. So certainly great congratulations again to you, the class of 2012, and to your family and friends. You and they deserve to be very proud of your outstanding achievements. It's with pride, though tinged with sadness, that we bid you farewell today. You might remember on a personal note, it was on August 20th, 2009, that I was the faculty member who greeted you at orientation and introduced you to our first year curriculum. That must seem like a very long time ago. Much has changed in your lives since then. Even the first year curriculum has changed since then. You were the last class to enjoy a full year of civil procedure. And I had the pleasure of taking a very leisurely stroll through personal jurisdiction with many of you. I had the pleasure of getting to know others of you in constitutional law. I'm sure you remember Marbury and the dangers of tyranny. Good lessons for a law school dean. Well, we hope that you learned from us. The faculty has certainly learned a great deal from you. It is through your questions, suggestions, and challenges that we continue to learn and every year gain a fresh perspective on the law. Now, I know that I personally have learned a great deal from you about law and about life. As Mark Gross mentioned, two words in particular come to mind: flip cup. So thank you very much for that. You have done amazing things in your time at Emory. You've won awards, published articles, organized conferences, been detained in Egypt for 4 months. That was just one of you, happily. One of the accomplishments of which I am most proud is your commitment to public service. Your class has recorded more than 4,500 hours of pro bono work. I know that this, yeah, I think that's worth a. I know that this dedication will continue when you graduate. As lawyers, we have the special ability to change the world one person at a time, and with that power comes responsibility. The world is full of people who need our help. Let's go find some of them. You will find no greater satisfaction than standing by people in need and being their advocate, their counselor, and their friend. So what lies ahead? Well, as you've been told repeatedly, and undoubtedly know yourselves, you graduate at a time of great change and uncertainty. These are challenging times, not the first or the last, but certainly the challenges are real. The question is how to deal with them. These times have made me think about a book originally published in 1998. Perhaps some of you know it. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? It's a slim volume about dealing with change. The book takes the form of a fable. Two people and two mice are in a maze. They've gotten used to finding cheese at a certain location, cheese station C. Then the cheese supply ends. The mice shrug their rodent shoulders and go find cheese elsewhere. As the book puts it, the situation had changed, so the mice change. They go and sniff around the maze. By contrast, the people stay put and mourn the loss of cheese and get hungry. Eventually, one of the humans follows the example of the cheese and of the mice and starts running around the maze to find new cheese. The book reports that this person had learned something useful from the mice. Quote, "They kept life simple. They didn't overanalyze or overcomplicate things," unquote. I'm sure they didn't. They are mice, after all. The message of the book, I think, is that change is great, that running through a maze may be better than lounging next to a cheese station. This book has been wildly successful, selling more than 20 million copies worldwide. It has spawned inevitable sequels. Who Moved My Cheese for Kids? Who Moved My Cheese for Teens? The book has inspired similar volumes for those who prefer other rodent allegories. There's a book about an industrious squirrel entitled, yes, Who Moved My Nuts? Somewhat farther afield, someone wrote a book about corruption and malfeasance in the corporate world called Who Stole My Cheese? But I have to say that from my perspective, this is all very puzzling. I hope you've learned here to ask the bigger questions. Why are the people in the maze anyhow? How have they become so dependent on others for cheese? If dairy products are so important to them, why don't they go into the cheese business themselves? Or for goodness sake, make your own cheese. Or maybe go into the futures market to hedge your cheese risks. I find it especially puzzling that the book praises the mice for changing their behavior. Puzzling because they don't change at all. They're doing what they have always done, looking for cheese until the supply runs out. Then put on your sneakers and off you go again. I think the more promising alternative is to try to analyze and take control of the situation rather than buying new sneakers to keep running around the old maze. And we hope we have taught you how to take control rather than just buying new sneakers. And we have plenty of examples of great lawyers who realized that they needed to take control of the situation and to be the agents of change. Taking control usually begins by asking why. Well, this year, Emory University celebrated its 175th anniversary by naming 175 history makers. And I'm happy to say a large share of those were Emory lawyers. For example, Eleanor Rowell Green, class of 1920, the first woman admitted to any part of Emory University. The chancellor at the time did not want to admit women. Why? For no good reason. So she waited until he was out of town to register. After graduating, she was a leader in fighting for rights for women. 40 years after Eleanor Rowell Green graduated, the rules of the day called for segregation. Why? For many bad reasons. So Emory lawyers sought to change the rules. Henry Bowden, class of 1934, a trustee, and Ben F. Johnson, class of 1940, the dean of the law school, brought suit to alter the laws to allow Emory to desegregate. Now, you don't need to practice law to reshape the world and to change the rules. You may remember receiving an honorary degree today, and thus a classmate of yours, is Muhammad Yunus, who won the Nobel Peace Prize for his work with microfinance. Why were so many people unable to better their circumstances? An important reason was lack of credit. Yunus realized that small loans could change people's lives in large ways, and his vision has helped to lift millions of people out of poverty. Green, Bowden, Johnson, and Yunus asked why, and then found ways to change the system rather than running faster within it. And so can you. What's more, unlike the allegorical mice, they always acted for others. They found ways to change the rules so as to benefit everyone, especially the most disadvantaged. It was the right thing to do, and it also turned out to be rather profitable. So, you are certainly facing a world of rapid change, but we've tried to give you the tools to change that world, to ask fundamental questions, to keep asking why things are the way they are, and to rewrite the rules in light of changing circumstances. Global competition threatens? Think about global markets for law. Demand for legal services of some kinds is declining? Why? If you never ask why, you'll never solve the problem. Frankly, in my mind, the great success of these cheese books demonstrates the great value of lawyers and the great need for lawyers, professionals who always ask why. So never stop asking questions and seeking to change the rules. That is the path that is fun, satisfying, and often very profitable as well. Don't spend your life running around a maze in search of someone else's cheese. Well, in conclusion, on behalf of the faculty, I'd like to thank you for spending the last 3 years here and for making our work so enjoyable. It has been a great privilege to study the law with you, and I thank your family and friends for sharing you with us over that time. As you now depart to face a changing world, remember that one thing that will never change is that this is your home in the law, and it always will be. So as you leave, remember those of us back here at Emory. Remember the students who come after you, who'll be looking to you for advice, and remember the faculty. We want to keep in touch to find out how you are doing. We look forward to welcoming you back often. And whatever you do, don't take advice from mice. So great congratulations to you on this wonderful day. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to bring our awards section to a close. But before we present diplomas, just a few last words. As Emory graduates, the world is yours for the taking. But keep in mind that success is so much more than just numbers. Before we send you out, I have one more challenge for you. I challenge you as Emory graduates to never forget where you came from, to never stop asking questions, to never stop taking chances, and to never be afraid to do the right thing. To quote Emory University President James Wagner, "As Emory Law graduates, I know that you will do well, but I also challenge you to do good." Now I challenge you to continue to be unforgettable. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Kaysen, and I also want to thank outgoing SBA President Justin Barton and the entire Student Bar Association for their wonderful work this year. I see Justin's family. Your work, along with the efforts of the faculty and administration, make the law school a better place to study, to enjoy each other's company, and to thrive as a community. Well, the time has arrived. You will cross the stage, be hooded, and you will emerge as a graduate of this great law school. Frank Alexander will perform the hooding. Some graduates have requested the hooding to be performed by a member of the legal profession who's been close, supportive, and influential in their lives. They will join us on stage. Assistant Dean Catherine Brokaw will invite each graduate to cross the stage. And please take your time. It's also a once-in-a-lifetime photo opportunity. Dean Brokaw.
Thank you, Dean Shapiro. Good morning and welcome to family, friends, and guests. To the graduates, there are a lot of you, as I know you know from all those large classes you took with Professors Whitty, Shapiro, Alexander, and all of the others. To keep the ceremony moving along and to keep you waiting as little time as possible, when you come up to the dais, please step immediately on the marks with your hooder or with Professor Alexander and turn to face the photographer. Take your moment. This is a once-in-a-lifetime shot, but let's keep it moving along. Thank you. Dean Shapiro, distinguished faculty, members of the Emory Law community, and honored guests. I have the honor to present to you the recipients of the following degrees. Doctor of Law and Master of Public Health, Song Choi. Vinay Chopra. Ruth Dawson. Ruth will be hooded by her father, James Dawson, Santa Clara, 1976. Daniel Allen Hogendobler, with honors. Rebecca Ann Pope. Michael Joel Smith. For the degrees of Doctor of Law and Master of Business Administration, Stephen Paul Alicanti, with honors. Jason A. Anton. Jason will be hooded by his brother, Benjamin Anton, Pittsburgh, 2008. Justin Alexander Barton. Justin will be hooded by his father, Rick Barton, Southern California, 1981. Brian David Batchelor with honors. Mark Arthur Johansson with honors. Mark will be hooded by his girlfriend Flora Manship, Emory, 2011. Benjamin Alexander May. Ben will be hooded by his father, Henry May, Texas, 1971. Evan Isabel O'Driscoll. Jessica Cleveland Wood with honors. Jessica will be hooded by her sister, Sima Cutler, Capital, 2011. For the degrees of Doctor of Law and Master of Theological Studies. Andrew Stone Mayo. Andy will be hooded by his girlfriend, Sarah Morse, Emory, 2011. Jenny Reed Hernandez with honors. Jennifer Alden Williams with honors. Jennifer will be hooded by her father, Robert Anderson, Vanderbilt, 1978. For the degree of Doctor of Law with the Certificate in Transactional Law and Skills, Jared Trent Anderson. Colony Chanel Kennedy. Andrew Charles Marcel Cooper. Andrew will be hooded by his mock trial coach, Lindsay Gardner, Southwestern, 2009. Andrew B. Crosby. Andrew will be hooded by his father, Francis Crosby, Louisiana State, 1977. Bajade Analia Davis. Sonia Marie Diaz with honors. Christina L. Dill. Luke A. DiMaggio. Jennifer Demo with honors. Thomas Francis Dugan III with honors. Michael P. Dunn. Michael will be hooded by his father, Robert Dunn, Miami 1979, and his mother, Marcia Dunn, Miami 1982. Matthew W. Emanuel. David W. Gordon. David will be hooded by his father, Neil Gordon, UGA 1979. Carl W. Geis. Carl will be hooded by his cousin, Christopher Glass, Vanderbilt 2007. Joshua J. Harkleroad. Jeffrey S. Hedges. Julia A. Huckel with honors. Gina Wong. Athal Jain. Christopher R. Jenkins. Emma A. Johnson with honors. Emma will be hooded by her mentor, Isabel Garcia, Emory 1999. Wade Franklin Johnson III with honors. Benjamin M. Katz. Ben will be hooded by his aunt, Barbara Maiden, Georgia 1976. Benjamin R. Kennard with honors. Robert John Kornhaas III with honors. Christopher M. Kozlowski with honors. Varun Lada. James D. Lancaster with honors. Brett G. Marcus. Brett will be hooded by his father, Jonathan Marcus, Florida, 1981. Matthew S. McManus. Elizabeth F. Mercedes. Adam R. Monick with honors. Kimberly L. Morris. Kimberly will be hooded by her brother, Kevin Morris, Chicago, 2002. Frederick A. O. Rin Chu. Brittany Ann Reeder. Taylor Richard. Taylor will be hooded by his father, Jim Richard, University of Florida, 1973. Lindley Richwine with high honors. Sanit Sidhu with honors. Marissa A. Smith with honors. Montas Valunas. Jason A. Vopen. Gina Marie von Sternberg with honors. Gina will be hooded by her father, Craig von Sternberg, South Texas, 1979, and her sister, Julie von Sternberg, Richmond, 2011. For the degree of Doctor of Law and the Tiger Program Certificate in Intellectual Property, Hannah Derricka Anderson. Yonlin Franklin Chu with honors. Franklin will be hooded by his sister, Emily Chu, Michigan, 2007. Natalie A. Dana with honors. Natalie will be hooded by her father, Donald Dana, Hastings, 1978. And he doesn't seem to need a Kleenex. Jesse F. David. Jesse will be hooded by his sister, Serena David, George Washington, 2009. Donnelly K. Donaldson. Rachel Ann Geist with honors. Rachel will be hooded by her uncle, David White, Vanderbilt, 1983. Lance I. Hockhauser. Benjamin A. Sedman with honors. Ben will be hooded by his father, Gary Sedman, Emory, 1978. Anand R. Shah. Arjun D. Shah with honors. Brian D. Stewart with honors. For the degree of Doctor of Law, Yelena Abalmazova. Kinda L. Abdus Sabur. Kinda will be hooded by her father, Akil Secret, Atlanta Law, 1979. And as you can see, she has been busy. Grace Kokoma Akan. Grace will be hooded by her mentor, Brandy Alexander, Florida, 2006. Zainab K. Ali. Michael P. Alain. Saba Harim Alvi. Ele Christine Amour. Abby Anderson. Douglas E. Arborio. Jason A. Araz. Jessica M. Artis. Jessica will be hooded by her friend Ethan Ashley Howard, 2011. Sarah Taylor Austin. Caleb Avraham and baby. Hannah Mary Bakken. Tyler G. Banks. Jennifer C. Bellis with honors. Jordan M. Bieber. Alexander R. Bissell. Catherine Bernadette Blakey. Casey E. Boom with honors. Sari Nagar Bourne. Sari will be hooded by her uncle, David Nagar, Berkeley, 1981. Henry Lumpkin Bowden III. Henry will be hooded by his father, Henry Bowden Jr., Emory, 1974, and his mother, Jean Bowden, Emory, 1977.
There you go, Sari.
Elspeth Adams Brotherton, with honors. Emma Brown Bernstein. Emma will be hooded by family friend Ralph Knowles, Alabama, 1969. Tessa W. Buffington. Christine Lynn Butcher. Jose Rene Cabrera. Alisa Pilar Cagnolati. Alex Kai. No, let me back up. I just got a note and I misread it. My apologies. Charlie Kai. Charlie will be hooded by his father, Alex Kai, Berkeley, 1991. James Kyle Califf. Jennifer E. Carmen, with honors. And I apologize because she's clearly being hooded, but I don't have those names. Robert L. Chan. Brett Jacob Chanis. Brett will be hooded by his father, Neil Chanis, Detroit, 1986. Elaine Chen. Megan E. Clevenstein, with daughter. I have this. Caitlin L. Cohen. Caitlin will be hooded by her parents, Justice Doris Ling Cohen, NYU Law, 1979, her mother, and her father, Mark Cohen, Brooklyn Law, 1979. Jordan Elizabeth Cornett, with honors. John Vernon Stenson Krangle, with honors. John will be hooded by his father, John Vernon Krangle, South Carolina, 1985. Thomas Martin Cristodoro. Christopher Robert Cruz. Caitlin Ann Dalton. Caitlin will be hooded by her sister-in-law, Laura Speed Dalton, Emory, 1999. Timothy Andrew Davis, with honors. Oscar Francisco de Armas. Oscar will be hooded by his friend, Trip Freeman, Emory, 2010. Amy E. Donnell, with honors. Brian M. Dietz. Stephanie Diane Delatorre, with honors. Jonathan V. Dorr. Jonathan will be hooded by his brother-in-law, Jason Cowley, Harvard, 2004. Emily Donahue. Tree Dew. Clarence Fred Duca and son. Shoshana S. Elon, with honors. Daniel Englander. Dan will be hooded by his father, Paul Englander, Arizona, 1979. Enrique A. Fernandez. Chelsea A. Fustel, with high honors. Emily Flores. Emily will be hooded by her husband, Christopher Giovinazzo, Harvard, 2004. Elliot B. Foster. Eric Scott Fredrickson, with honors. Samuel J. Gittel. Rebecca G. Givens. Stephanie L. Glynn. Rachel E. Gordon with honors. Rachel will be hooded by her brother-in-law, Martin Saad, Michigan, 1996. Susan Laura Grace with honors. Ian D. Grady. Heather P. Greenfield with honors. Heather will be hooded by her friend Marcella Ducka, Emory, 2008. Stephen Raymond Gregg III with honors. Hannah Colleen Grow. Mark Jeffrey Gross. Mark will be hooded by his friend and mentor, Ethan Rosenzweig, Emory, 2002. Evie A. Gobadia. Madeline Eileen Gwynn with honors. Jamie L. Hyas. Jamie will be hooded by her father, Sam Hyas, St. Louis, 1974, and her mother, Susan Hyas, St. Louis, 1975. Sarah E. Hamilton. Aaliyah Z. Huck with honors. Linda Marie Hardiman. Hannah E. Heck with honors and 3 children. As you can see, one of them recently arrived. Catherine Baldwin Hecker with high honors. Timothy W. Hirschberger. Sean Jackson Holder. M. Alexander Hope, Jr. Elizabeth A. Host. Liz will be hooded by her mother, Lori Host, Virginia, 1980. John David Worth Huffman. John Paul Irvin. Alvin Johnson. James Blake Kameroff. Rachel M. Kaufman. Rachel will be hooded by her father, Craig Kaufman, Miami, 1981, and her grandfather, Donald Kaufman, Ohio State, 1955. Jenna Lauren Kelsey. Jenna will be hooded by her mother, Jane Kelsey, Syracuse, 1983. Samantha I. Kent with honors. Samantha will be hooded by her mother, Donna Kent, Catholic University, 1984. Joseph N. Kiefer with honors. Sean M. Kerwin with honors. Sean will be hooded by his father, Thomas Kerwin, Florida State, 1979. Alexandra K. Kraus. Allie will be hooded by her brother, Evan Kraus, Loyola Chicago, 1995. Aaron J. Krinsky. Kenneth Christopher Lack. Aaron D. Langberg. Sarah Talbot Lanfer. Alan I. Lightcap. Alan will be hooded by his mother, Anne Margaret Pointer, Virginia, 1976, and an adjunct faculty member here. Heather T. Little. Daniel L. Litwin. Jose R. Lopez Sanchez. Brian Luong with honors. Kelly Elizabeth Madigan. Kelly will be hooded by her mother, Elizabeth Madigan, American, 1983. Brianna Mahida. Brianna will be hooded by her friend, Grace Ha, Emory, 2011. Carson F. Mahler. Rohani Mayera. Amy Latrice Martin. Matthew P. Massey. Matt will be hooded by family friend Joseph Minnick, Emory, 2011. Anthony P. McCready with honors. Andrew M. McKinley with honors. Claudia Medina. Claudia will be hooded by her sister, Natalia Medina, American, 2009. Gabriel R. Mercadante. Miriam Mikhail with honors. Jacqueline Moralia with honors. Jacqueline will be hooded by her cousin, Bettina Moralia, Albany, 1996. Meredith K. Mommers. Adam B. Murphy with honors. Todd William Muse. Amelia A. Myers. Amelia will be hooded by her father, Bill Myers, Denver, 1979, and her fiancé, Scott Kamlade, Emory, 2011. Shira Nanwani with honors. Shira will be hooded by her fiancé, Anand Scythian, Emory, 2011. He came. Daniel A. Nolan IV with honors. Janine B. Orlowski. Janine is hooded by her boyfriend Michael Zundell, Michigan, class of 2009. Carmen Maria Pina Osorio Rodriguez. Thomas Ashiel Osbolt. Orgesi Pandeli. Grace Park with honors. Molly H. Parmer with honors. Molly will be hooded by her mentor, Amy Maxwell, Georgia State, 1987. Audrey A. Patton with honors. Audrey will be hooded by her father, Paul Patton, St. Louis, 1980. Forrest G. Pierce with honors. Forrest will be hooded by his friend Graham Schofield, Emory, 2009. Matthew D. Peckus with honors. Matthew McKeithen Pence. Rebecca J. Peskin. Rebecca will be hooded by her father, Judd Peskin, Connecticut, 1976. Catherine Ann Peterson. Ross N. Phillips with honors. Ross will be hooded by his father, Richard Phillips, Richmond, 1983. Eliza Poyner Pike. Eliza will be hooded by her mother, Chen Pike, and her father, Joe Pike, both UNC Chapel Hill, 1974. Patrick G. Pullins with honors. Matthew Stephen Polliner. Matt will be hooded by his friend and mentor, Paul McClarty, Emory, 1966. Sam D. Poteet. Ria Rana. Daniel Reach with honors. Adam Ranke with high honors. Piara J. Rich. Jeffrey Scott Risenme with honors. Todd Nicholas Robinson with honors. William L. Romine. Will be hooded by his friend Grace Ha, Emory, 2011. Sarah E. Ross Benjamin. Sarah will be hooded by her uncle, Joel Benjamin, Pennsylvania, 1984. Melissa Amanda Roth. Craig S. Runyon. Craig will be hooded by his mentor, Alejandro Pascual IV, Cumberland 2005. Ryan M. Sanders. Tamara A. Schiff. David Ian Schneider. Nicholas T. Sears. Dustin S. Sharps with honors. Dustin will be hooded by his brother, Jordan Sharps, Washington and Lee, 2009. Holly J. Sheffield. Holly will be hooded by her mock trial coach, Lindsay Gardner, Southwestern, 2009. Aaron Henry Siegel. Adam J. Sinton. Jeffrey D. Slanker. Emily J. Snyder with honors. Melissa I. Softness. Melissa will be hooded by her father, David Softness, Miami 1985, and her mother, Michelle Softness, Miami 1982. Minjae Song. Sydney Spector with honors. Ross Michael Spire with honors. Christopher D. Sperry. Erin Nicole Spritzer. Erin will be hooded by her mother, Marlene Spritzer, Duquesne, 1981. Abraham James Spung with honors. Anthony E. Stewart. Brooks A. Suttle with honors and a daughter. Eric A. Tannenbaum. Eric will be hooded by his father, Alan Tannenbaum, Virginia, 1971. Brannon C. Taylor. James C. Thomas with honors. Catherine W. Thompson with honors. Carter Fleeth Thurman with honors. Enbar Toledano with honors. Kelly V. Toledano. Kelly will be hooded by his friend and mentor, Priya Vivian, Emory Law, 2009. David J. Topping. Matthew Patrick Sun. Kristen E. Tullis with honors. Julia G. Valois with honors. Lindsay Ann Van Houten with honors. Alexandra Vasquez. Danielle M. Vieira. Danielle will be hooded by her uncle, Ralph Ezzo, Miami, 1959. Matthew Scott Verad with honors.
I can stand here? Sorry.
Matthew J. Vivian. Matt will be hooded by his wife, Priya Vivian, Emory, 2009.
Stand next to him there.
Victoria Ashley Waller. Samuel Jason Warman. Cody Matthew Warner. Eric M. Weiss. Cody S. Wigington. Cody will be hooded by his sister-in-law, Evan Klein, Emory 2008. Mark R. Wilson with honors. Ilana Samantha Wolk. Ilana will be hooded by her mentor, Larry Pitt, Temple 1977. Andrea Megan Wood with honors. Catherine C. Wu. Becker McKay Wyckoff with honors. McKay will be hooded by her mother, Carla Wyckoff, Loyola Chicago, 1993. Adam C. Yeager. Adam will be hooded by his mother, Diane Yeager, Fordham, 1974. Jeremy M. Zischholz. Jeremy will be hooded by his grandfather, Gerald Zischholz, Brooklyn Law, 1953. For the degree of Master of Laws, please note that we will not be hooding the LLM recipients as they are already practicing lawyers in their own countries. Lynn Bay. Bandar Galib Bakashwin. Salome Bucher. Chichanak Chimtrakul. Joanna de la Garza Chitlik. Anna Maria Crane and Son. Mohammed Diallo. Sarah Maria Fayenza. Mark Aaron Goldfeder. Anita Livingston Hayward. Xiaokun Hao. Hee-Hyun Jin. Anna Kapanadze. Juing Long. Lauren Allison Macaulay. Nadia Schmidt. Astrid Schnabel. Zhengting Sheng. Jiao Jiao Shi. Dato Tabatadze. Teona Tavaleshvili. Chitwa Ihoma Ozor. Shihong Wu. Nan Yang. Kun Zhang. Shi Ju. Dean Shapiro, faculty colleagues, friends, guests, and loved ones, I have the honor to present to you the great class of 2012. And now Dean Shapiro will conclude this ceremony.
Thank you, Dean Brokaw. Well, it's like to say this concludes the formal process of awarding the degrees. Thank you for joining us today, faculty, graduates, guests. Please enjoy the remainder of the day in fellowship and celebration. Safe travels as you return home. Good luck in your careers afterwards, and please do remember us back at Emory. We will miss you very much and look forward to keeping in touch. These proceedings are concluded.
Congratulations, graduate. Good job, Jason. Oh, I'm sorry.